So, looking back at your AB philosophy, what are three core memories or highlight that stand out to you?
Ang favorite nako nga memory sa philosophy, I think number one gyud nako is comprehensive. Everyone has to go through it. Kay culmination gyud siya sa tanan nga imong natun-an from first year to fourth year. And it's nice kay it's a community event ma everyone is there to see you defend your thesis, have your comprehensive exam. So ang ang second nako, my favorite class was moral psychology. Elective siya under Sir Tyrone before. I don't know if gina-teach pa niya hantud karon. But it was really interesting to see how the empirical sciences were fit into the framework of philosophy. Kay a lot of times ang gabasahon nato are those like medieval or more older nga mga ideas, but actually it's permeated, philosophy has permeated into a lot of the sciences, especially kanang mga, they call it soft sciences like psychology, sociology. Interesting gid getong a course. I don't know if you have it anymore, but moral psychology was really fun seeing how philosophy is actually being adapted into the other soft sciences. And then my memory that I can recall good is the outreach namo under sa among political philosophy nga class. So we did an outreach to the barangay, more or less more nag try me teach you parliamentary procedure, and just more lang to we met with the barangay, and more about it was more mura siya og how political philosophy is implemented in the real world, which is medyo related sa siya Filipino philosophy kay kanang how our structures sa atong smallest or our most basic level of the political structure. That was really interesting. So moto, those are the three that I can.
Mm.
But those three memories nako are very core kay naagi practical application gid ang philosophy, which is a katong comprehensive critical thinking. You have to be able to recall and actively use what you learned sa 4 years. Ang moral psychology with Sir Tyrone, mo gito ang kuan. That was really the breaking ground for me that philosophy is not dead. It's alive and kicking, but it's been adopted into some of the more rigorous nga scientific nila ang pag-approach sa philosophical before. So moral psychology, grabe kay to kagwapo gid nga course. Yeah, and then ang outreach to barangay, at least you see that although abstract ang mga ideas in political philosophy, makita gyud mo hantod karon nga there are those concrete ideas that are still applicable to these days. Like it's not just the Republic ni Plato, it's not just the politics nga mga kuan nila Aristotle. They're alive but in different forms and tailored to the culture.
So, after completing your EB philosophy degree, so what enterprises or investment or professional did you pursue, attorney?
So pag-graduate gid ako sa 2019, dito ko nag-law school sa Ateneo de Manila.
Mm.
So I went straight into law school and I graduated 2024. I passed the bar in the same year, and then after Dainadto, I moved to the States. So I'm in California now. I took the bar exam in July and I passed. So more or less, although pre-law tracks, mo gid ang traditional gid akong route that I took. Philosophy as my undergraduate in preparation for.
Attorney. So, at present, what is your current profession, position, or enterprises? So,
So currently, I am employed as a litigation attorney for Nelson and Kennard in Sacramento. So majority of our work is debt collection. So pretty much if you have kind of mga credit cards, you have loans, kind of mga car loans, consumer loans, and more or less that's the kind of work I do. So gonna review na ko ang mga kuan. I talk to the talk to the attorneys of the clients, and I go to court. But yeah, pretty much litigation work.
In what ways, attorney, did your EB philosophy training at Xavier University help you open horizons that create opportunities or navigate challenges in your career and life? And specifically,
I think
how did philosophy shape your way of thinking, decision making, leadership, or relationship?
I think ang pinaka concrete gid nako is, although I am in kanang practice na ko as a lawyer now, ang pinakagamit gid nako sa akong philosophy was when I was still in school. Kay more
Mm,
theoretical, and then my background is katong sa Xavier pa ko. I was student council president sa arts, and
mm,
then ako ang gadalasan sa USAD before, so political philosophy gid akong main. And then when I was in ADMU, I was the president of the student council. So political philosophy and critical thinking, makita gid nimo how your ideas interact with applying political philosophy in those smaller scale, like how the structures work, how democracy works, stakeholders and stuff like that. But I would say it's critical thinking. Critical thinking isn't taught much in the Philippine education system. So ang important gid kaayo with being a philosophy graduate is being able to come to terms with ideas that you disagree with. So luck you have to be able to think outside of your comfort zone. Meaning, ang social media, grabe gid ka toxic. Because ang popular thought lang ang gagawas. There's no room for discussion. So a lot of times people think that what's popular is right. Disagree gid kay ko. Labaw na nga peak of kanang woke na cancel culture.
mm,
Grabe gid kay ka-importante that you have a stand. Na kay baruganan. Dili lang
mm,
kung unsa lang ang sikat inga na naagyoy there has to be space for philosophy students to think masakto ba ni.
mm,
Mo na, that's the number one thing about philosophy studies and how you can use that is you have to be objective. Objective gid ka. And sayon ra magud kaayo gyud nga ang sistema magud din ha, let's say like
mm,
liberal nga mga ideals or conservative nga ideals, wala man kay they don't talk, kay dili uncomfortable kaayo nga mag discuss about things that you might not be as knowledgeable about nga na, but
yeah.
philosophy is there as discourse. Mo gani nga si Plato, grabe gid kanang si Socrates, ayo-ayo gid nila
Mm,
because
mm,
they did not want discourse. And so that's how you would apply it to the modern day, that your studies aren't really, they're not separate from everything else, but ang philosophy is entering into that space of discourse para mas
mm,
mas masabtan sa mga tao unsa gyud ang the whole picture of the truth. When you're searching for the truth, you don't just look at one side.
yeah.
Mo na ang the insight.
So, what advice, attorney, would you give about life after graduation, especially for me, a student who may feel uncertain or about future path?
Well, number one yun is philosophy is very important because it's not just in kanmang ideas niya, but Savior, grabe ba gid ka? We're learning about more kanang Christianized version of philosophy. And your faith is so important to your life. Kahit nothing is gonna go exactly the way you plan.
Mm,
And philosophy invites you to deepen your faith spiritually. Nga, and you have to realize that there's a humility to philosophy, there's a humility to the faith. And mona ang biggest takeaway is that you have to learn to surrender kung unsa gid ang plano sa Ginoo para nimo. You see that it's the underlying theme of all world religions is that there is very little that we control in this world. So how you deal with those, overcoming those things, mo na ang importante yun. Kay successes and failures come and go, but your faith remains strong. And so in relation to that is you have to find meaning in this world for you to be sustained. For majority of the people like me, ang akong the meaning that I create is because of my religion. So
Mm.
nag-grow gid kay ko spiritually when I was taking metaphysics, I was taking philosophy of religion. Kay,
Mm.
you know, you're able to learn more about the faith that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. Kay, the meaning that you create for the world sets everything. Like you go into like mag-law school baka or mag-go ka into the real world, what is the purpose of life and ngano mag-take mo ko ani in relation to everything else that I've learned. Like you always have to take a step back and see the full picture first before you come back and like make your steps. Kay dili gyud nimo gyud kaya ang day by day. Like ang law school, I don't pre-law magud ka. Ang law school is really day by day. Di gyud na nimo makaya if you look at it nga kapoy kining 4 years.
Yeah.
So it's really a day by day thing.
Mm.
And when you're able to synthesize and really internalize a lot of the insights that you gain from philosophy, but more importantly for me, yun, akong faith yun. That's how you're able to overcome all the other things ng kanang hard work nga dapat di ka maning kamot sa imong studies. Sometimes you're excellent at that, but then magsakit din ka. You're,
Mm.
you know, or family comes in the way nga you have to drop everything. So dili kaayo ko kanang my focus has always been about surrendering unsa giplano sa Ginoo for us. So mo na akong mga big takeaways gyud.
Okay, Stern.